Hello everyone. I want to show you my recent attempt at creating a computer game using the Unity engine. It's an isometric action game where you fight enemies, develop your character, discover locations and complete quests. Or at least that's what I plan it to be in the end. Currently there's a lot of unknowns which I want to resolve through incremental experimentation that you'll be able to experience in the following devlog videos. The early gameplay shows the main character, the enemies, and a few environmental props on a procedurally generated terrain. The terrain is flat but the colors assigned to individual vertices are randomly generated, which in combination with flat shading makes a nice low poly view. I went for the isometric projection because of my favorite games I played in the past. I like the aesthetics and cleanliness compared to the 3D perspective view. The main character and the enemies are rather boring primitive objects as I wanted to focus primarily on the gameplay for the moment. The enemies are patrolling specific area and chase after you if you're within their sight radius. If they have range attack ability and you're within their shooting range, they will spawn projectiles in your direction, otherwise they will try to get as close to you as possible and initiate a melee attack. Currently only a range attack is implemented, so the enemies that can't shoot are effectively harmless. I am steering my character using WSAD keys and shooting projectiles using mouse buttons. Currently there are 3 skills the character and the enemies can use. A fireball and an energy bolt explode on contact with an obstacle and deal a small area damage. An arrow deals a damage only to the single enemy it hit. Currently the main character is indestructible, but that should change in the next videos. As you can see, projectiles shot by enemies explode on contact with other enemies and other projectiles themselves. The resulting explosion deals damage to all parties involved, so it's easy for the enemies to hurt their allies. These are combat mechanics I was curious of, but I don't think they'll work out in the end. Currently the easiest way to defeat the enemies is to just get close to a group of them, as the flying projectiles result in a rather peculiar case of friendly fire. Some of the enemies are spawned periodically in their encampments. If I wait a few minutes, there will be enough of them to drop the FPS significantly. Keep in mind that performance optimization is not a priority right now, and I would imagine the game handling such number of enemies way easier in the future. Currently the game uses rather bright colors, but I definitely want to experiment with more gloomy and thick atmosphere. The most important things I want to work on next are new character skills, a health system for the player, simple boss fights and a few basic sound effects. Stay tuned for next videos. Thanks for watching and goodbye.